Accessible parking plays a vital role in creating inclusive communities. While many people recognize the familiar wheelchair symbol painted on pavement, fewer understand that there are different types of disabled parking spaces, each designed to meet specific needs. Knowing the distinctions between standard accessible spaces, van accessible spaces, and temporary accessible parking areas helps ensure these accommodations are used properly and remain available for those who rely on them. Standard accessible parking spaces are the most common type. These spaces are typically located close to building entrances to minimize walking distance. They are marked with the international symbol of access and are wider than regular parking spaces. The added width allows individuals who use mobility aids, such as walkers, crutches, or wheelchairs, to enter and exit their vehicles more safely. In addition to the wider parking area, standard accessible spaces often include an adjacent access aisle. This aisle provides additional room for maneuvering mobility devices and helps reduce the risk of accidents during vehicle transfers. The access aisle must remain clear at all times. Parking in or blocking this striped area can prevent someone from safely exiting their vehicle. To legally park in a standard accessible space, a vehicle must display a valid disability permit or qualifying license plate. The permit must be properly displayed according to state regulations, and it may only be used when the eligible individual is present in the vehicle. These rules help protect the availability of accessible parking for those who truly need it. Van accessible spaces are specifically designed for individuals who use wheelchair accessible vans equipped with ramps or lifts. These spaces are wider than standard accessible spaces and include a larger access aisle to accommodate the deployment of ramps or mechanical lifts. Many van accessible spaces are marked with signage indicating van accessible, though the international symbol of access is also present. The additional width of van accessible spaces is critical. Wheelchair vans often require several extra feet of clearance to safely deploy equipment and allow individuals to enter or exit the vehicle. Without this space, transferring safely may be impossible. For individuals who depend on wheelchair vans, the availability of van accessible parking is essential to independence. Like standard accessible spaces, van accessible spaces require a valid disability permit for use. It is important for drivers who do not require van access to choose standard accessible spaces whenever possible, leaving van accessible spots available for those who need the extra room. Temporary accessible parking spaces are another important category. These spaces are often established during special circumstances, such as construction projects, large public events, or temporary relocation of building entrances. When permanent accessible spaces are unavailable due to renovations or other disruptions, temporary spaces ensure that accessibility is maintained. Temporary accessible parking must still meet accessibility guidelines. This includes appropriate signage, proper dimensions, and safe access routes to entrances. Even though these spaces are temporary, they serve the same critical function as permanent accessible spaces. A valid disability permit is required to park in these areas as well. Understanding the differences between these types of parking spaces highlights the thoughtful planning behind accessibility design. Each space is intended to remove barriers and create safer access to buildings and services. From the added width of standard spaces to the expanded clearance of van accessible spaces, every detail is meant to support mobility and independence. Proper use of accessible parking spaces is essential. Misuse, such as parking without a valid permit or blocking access aisles, can prevent someone with a disability from safely accessing a facility. Fines and penalties may apply for violations, but beyond legal consequences, misuse undermines the purpose of these accommodations. Accessible parking is not about convenience. It is about equity. It ensures that individuals with mobility challenges, visual impairments, or other qualifying conditions can participate fully in community life. By respecting signage, maintaining clear access aisles, and using permits responsibly, drivers contribute to a more inclusive environment. In addition to understanding space types, drivers should remain aware of signage and local regulations. Some spaces may include time limits or specific instructions. Paying attention to posted information helps avoid unintentional violations and supports fair access for all permit holders. Ultimately, standard, van accessible, and temporary disabled parking spaces each play a distinct role in supporting accessibility. They reflect a commitment to thoughtful design and legal protection for individuals with disabilities. By recognizing the purpose behind each type of space and using them appropriately, communities can preserve accessibility and ensure that these critical accommodations remain available for those who depend on them every day. We hope you found this information helpful. If you need assistance obtaining a handicapped placard or plate and want to avoid the hassle, paperwork confusion, or trying to coordinate a doctor's appointment on your own, visit handicappedparking.com. Our platform connects you with licensed doctors online from the comfort of your home, making the process simple, secure, and stress-free. If you're facing any challenges with your disabled parking permit, let us know and we'll see what we can do to help you regain your traveling freedom. Our goal is to give you the knowledge and support you need to improve your quality of life. Be sure to follow this channel for more answers to your handicap parking questions, and feel free to leave a comment below. We're always happy to help. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.